Hello, Mrs. Kaplowitz here. This is the second video from Chapter 4, and in this video I'm going to be discussing fiber and your health. The fiber is the supporting structure of plants, and there are two different types. There's soluble and insoluble. The soluble fibers dissolve in water and they form a viscous gel. You can see this in foods like oats and okra. And you can actually see the gel forming when you cook these types of foods. The insoluble fiber, think about the stringy part of a celery. When you bite into it, those very long, stringy fibers, that's an example of an insoluble fiber. Both of them are very important to our health. And we have seen that people who regularly eat high fiber diets tend to be healthier than those who do not. Some of the health benefits include a reduced risk of heart disease and stroke. Typically, people who have diets that are high in fiber-rich foods also tend to have diets that are low in red meat, which is associated with high saturated fat. Another reason why fiber-rich foods are beneficial for reducing heart disease is that the fiber, the viscous fiber in the soluble fiber, binds to the cholesterol. It actually catches onto it and it hangs onto it and it carries it out with this feces. In this figure, you can see an illustration, excuse me, of a high fiber diet versus a low fiber diet. And what happens here is that the fiber is picked up, or I should say the fiber picks up the bile and carries it out with the fecal matter. Whereas in a low fiber diet, the bile or cholesterol components stay in the body and circulate and they could end up leading to plaque buildup in the arteries and veins. Another health benefit of fiber-rich diet is a reduced risk of diabetes. When we have a lot of fiber-rich foods in our diet, it slows the release of glucose in our blood, and this can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Lentils specifically have been proven to have a very slow release of the glucose. So if you enjoy lentils, I do suggest eating them more frequently. We can see a reduced risk of colon and rectal cancer. The fermentation of breaking down the fiber in the colon changes the pH and creates a very inhospitable environment for cancer cells. Additionally, the fiber will also bind to the cancer-causing agents in the colon and remove those with the feces as well. Fiber can improve the digestive tract. The fiber, when it goes through and the fermentation, it actually works the muscles of the colon and it makes it stronger, which can prevent things like hemorrhoids and diverticulitis. It also helps to make elimination much easier, which can prevent constipation. It is also known to promote healthy body weight. It takes a lot longer to digest fiber than it does to digest other foods, and there's less energy per bite when we eat fiber-rich foods. I found this image on the internet, and it's a good illustration of what 500 calories looks like. So eating those fruits and veggies, you can get a lot more bang for your buck, if you will. You can fill up the stomach with 500 calories versus eating a more fatty meal. So how much fiber do we need? Most people in the United States are not meeting the recommendations. We need about 14 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories. For women, that's about 25 grams of fiber, and for men, that's about 38, depending on your total caloric intake. Getting fiber through a one of those mixes or a supplement is not the best way to get fiber. It is recommended to get fiber from foods. The purified fibers, if not taken with enough water or too frequently, it can cause constipation. And there are also chelating agents that can attract and bind to other minerals in the body, like iron and calcium, that can prevent the absorption of those. So it is important to get fiber from food sources and not from supplements. I'm going to talk whole grains in the next video. That's going to be all for today. Thanks. Bye-bye.